Donkey of the day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, April 20th goes to a Bridgeport, West Virginia man named Roy Porter and his partner, Jared Mile. It is not lost on me that today's Donkey of the Day is on 420, the day that millions of Americans celebrate a drug that still remains illegal in America. Yes, weed still remains classified as a Schedule I illegal drug federally. One of Biden's campaign promises was that he was going to federally decriminalize weed, but like most of Biden's big campaign promises, it hasn't happened. I do love the fact that the federal government has continued to let states implement marijuana reform without too much federal intervention. That is a great thing. But the lack of clarity from the administration has caused complications for the industry and consumers. We could get a lot more marijuana reform if it was legalized or at least decriminalized on a federal level, okay? You still got people in federal prison over nonviolent weed offenses, okay? It's simply not where it needs to be, people. Now, what does that have to do with today's Donkey of the Day? Well, I mean, today's Donkey of the Day is drug-related, but we're not talking marijuana. We're talking meth, okay? Not the M-E-T-H-O-D, man, but the M-E-T-H amphetamine, okay? See, Roy and Jared went to jail and have been charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. Now, look, I've had those same charges, ironically, with weed, though, okay? I actually had possession with intent to sell or whatever the hell it was, and I was charged with selling to an undercover. So, look, it happens. But oftentimes, it's not that you got caught. It's how you get caught. See, I wasn't trying to get caught when I got caught. Okay, can you imagine the Roadrunner ever just handing his ass over to Wile E. Coyote? Whoa. Is there a generation of people who don't even know who Wile E. Coyote is? Envy, ask me to explain who Wile E. Coyote is.
Explain who Wile E. Coyote is.
Well, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner were Looney Tune cartoons, and Wile E. Coyote used to chase the Roadrunner all the time because he was hungry as hell, which I never understood because I want to know what was he eating that gave him energy to do all that cardio. But the point I'm making is, imagine if the Roadrunner just ran up to Wile E. Coyote and jumped in his mouth. Just imagine the Roadrunner went right down Wile E. Coyote's throat. That would be strange, right? Well, what Roy Porter did was the equivalent of that. Let's go to WDTV CBS 5 for the report, please.
Two Harrison County men were arrested after officers saw what appeared to be crystal meth. According to a criminal complaint, officers conducted a traffic stop on I-79 on Sunday for improper registration. The driver, 57-year-old Roy Porter of West Union, went to hand officers what he believed to be a packet of registration information on the vehicle when a small plastic bag fell out. Officers say it contained crystal-like substances that is consistent with methamphetamine. An officer with a canine arrived on the scene and gave a positive ID that it was in fact drugs. Officers found two plastic bags filled with over 200 grams of what appeared to be crystal meth on the passenger, Jared Male. Both men were taken to the Bridgeport Police Department for processing before being taken to North Central Regional Jail.
Let me tell y'all something, man. If you are out here handing the police officer your drugs when you get pulled over, then you have already had too much of your own drugs. And this story right here has happened to me. Okay, I'm sure if you search Breakfast Club or Brilliant Idiot Archives, you will have heard me tell this story before. Same exact thing happened to me in Fort Lee, New Jersey back in like 07 or 08. I'm riding with someone, we get pulled over, dude hands the cops a packet. In the packet was his license, insurance card, registration, and 4 grams of cocaine. That's right, 4 grams of blow, that bump, that booger sugar, whatever you want to call it. He handed it right to the cops and then acted like the cops planted it on him. So we all went to jail, and he didn't admit it was his until we already were down at the station and booked. So these things happen, but they usually happen to extremely stupid individuals, okay, who are on drugs. And I'm going to tell you, Roy, just like I told my partner when he did the same thing, you got to be about the stupidest son of a bitch, okay? I'm out here, we all out here trying to duck the law. I don't even do anything illegal, and I'm trying to duck the law. I'm scared just reaching for my registration and insurance. Meanwhile, you out here just crashing into the law and saying, here is my insurance, registration, license, and what do you need to arrest me? Oh, a little meth? Here's 4 grams. Matter of fact, I got somebody riding with me. He's got 220 grams of meth on him. Take us both in. And I got one question for 21-year-old Jared Male. You had 220 grams of meth on you. What's wrong with your legs? If your man Roy's stupid enough to just give the drugs to the police, then you got to be stupid enough to run. You 21, you probably would have gotten away, okay? But no, Roy handed the cops the meth with his license and registration and insurance, and you just sat there waiting to get locked up like you got a boyfriend in jail you couldn't wait to get back home to. Well, Roy Porter has been charged with conspiracy to commit a felony. He is currently being held on a $5,000 bond. And Jared, who had 220 grams of meth, was charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance. He's out on bond. No need to play a game of guess what race it is. West Virginia, meth, low bonds, one already out on bond. We know what this is. Please let Chelsea Handler give Roy Porter and Jared Mail the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.